Okay, David, please show your face. Thank you. The purpose of showing you that heal the word is actually to tell you that, tell me the truth. Okay, maybe, hi, Angela. I never seen you in a long time. So, Zihan, when you watch that video that heal the word, what kind of language that tells you? What is the language? What's the body language that tells you? Which part really touch you? Or are you a cold-blooded person? That also, okay lah. Yes, Zihan. As you know, every video now, if there's a possibility that I will link to the topics that we're going to discuss today, right? So Zihan, how do you feel about watching that?
So actually, I don't really understand the whole video thing.
Understand?
It's
okay.
Those kind of music that I don't really enjoy listening, I guess.
You don't like this kind of music?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It's actually in the 80s and 90s. Okay, uncle generation time. But the lyrics 是很有意思, okay, there's a meaning for that. So the purpose of this, okay, maybe Ibo, you heard before, right, this song? So what does it tell you?
Heal the world, basically.
Heal the world, okay. Well, Weiqi, is there any part that touch you? Where any video parts where the children is running out, and then when all the soldiers, right? Tianyu, the soldier threw away the rifle, right? Weiqi, right? They threw away the rifle, like Isha, right? You saw it. Edward, you also saw, right? The soldier threw away the rifle and then they come in. So I think the most powerful language is not just the weapon. I just want to tell you. The powerful language is that what, honey? What do you force? What have you, can you reflect on that video? Anyone watch this video or this song before? This song before? Nobody? Nobody, seriously. When I was my elder son, when he was younger, we always like to play this song, watch the video, and sing together. Now I asked my elder son to sit beside me and sing together. He said, "Papa, 你头脑进水." Okay, now last time he was only 5 years old, so I would sit down with him and do all the heal the world. But now I ask, come, son, do together. Are you okay, Dad? So Han Ling, what do you think about the most powerful inside that video that really transformed the language to you?
I think it's the video itself.
The lyrics itself. Let's say we put lyrics aside. When you watch the children coming out and the people, the soldiers, which is the thing that touched you the most? You see, guys, don't mind, sorry, I don't have feeling. You see, guys, no point you can write, I'm not referring to anyone here. No point you can write very flowery and very wonderful language. But sometimes we need the actions that speaks louder than words. So the videos, suddenly I did not intend to bring this video in today, but I was just suddenly thinking of it when I was in the toilet. Then suddenly it just pop up that this one links to what we're going to talk about today. So Han Ling.
I think it's like the soldiers.
Yes.
Because like the way they act shows like the atrocities of war. It just kind of brings out the emotion of the video that the lyrics are also trying to carry.
I'm waiting for that word, exactly, the emotional parts. When you see the children running out with a smile on their face, right? Angela, do you see that? Right? Joyce, do you see the children, right? 伟基，你有看到吗？你看到他跑出来的时候，后面有一个 Pokemon 跑出来的时候。Sorry, Uncle sick, I still can joke. Okay. So I think if any soldier were to see the child running out and like that, and they start shooting the kids, something wrong, okay? So it's not good. Yeah, I know Michael Jackson was being accused of a lot of things. Yeah, sad to say. So anyway, so what is your definition of entertainment? Later we will talk about it, but what is language? Okay, a language to me is like the roots to know what you're learning, listening, you see, not just talk like that. Okay, talking and writing skills, it will help you to further understand how you are able to communicate effectively, efficiently, and with excellent personal relationship. The word communicates, okay, I always like to use, if you really cannot spell the words, I teach you one way to learn, okay? Okay, the word stand for, okay, ready? Come on, mouth. You and I can always talk effectively. That's a good one, right? So 你忘记怎么 spell 那个字啊，宇凡 come on, mouth, you and I can always talk effectively. So communication is two-way traffic. You need to talk and communicate. So sometimes you see the couple arguments because of the language they use. Sometimes you and your friends argue, you and your teachers, you and your siblings, you and your grandparents or parents, whoever. The communications that you talk must be very effective and efficient. You see, language is the expression of idea by means of the speech sounds combined into words. Words are combined to sentences, these combinations answering to that of the ideas into the thoughts. Sorry about my voice today, okay? The Americans linguistics, okay, we talk about this. Okay, so did I tell you about this, Esther or Tong Fei? Tong Fei, I marked your paper, well done, and Angela, well done. Jenny, I'm not sure, David, maybe a new. Did I tell you about my daughter's result before?
Like the one that you like you say 你那个好像不成器的那个是吗？
对，有吗？我不懂有没有 Angela 你没有听过哈？I told my daughter, say you are so useless, so worthless. You're from sending, and then you can't go to express, you go to NA. Did I tell you this before, Esther? No, okay. I told you before, Yifan. 有吗？汉宁有跟你讲过吗？ So my daughter, my own daughter, okay. When she got her PSL result and go to Sec1 at the time, she's supposed to come to my school. So she refused. So one fine day, I was so angry at Esther and Angela. I told her, I say you're worthless. You're not even worth to be my daughter. And guess what, we see? I took the whole cup of water. I poured to her face. Yeah, I know. I'm really a father. So I shared this in my class. In my class when I was teaching. One of my students literally say the F word in my face. Literally, no, he should really say to my face. As a discipline teacher, I will do something to him, right? Right? You know what I did to him? I asked him to stand up. He's very brave to stand up. He's waiting for punishment. You know what I did to him, Angela, you'll be surprised. I bowed to him. I 90 degree, I bowed to him and say, Hanling, you know, I did that. Sir, you deserve to scold me. And you know what I did? I even literally slapped myself in front of the whole class. Hey, I'm a human being also. No, and Wei Qi, Angela, Zihan, you agree now? I think the language, the words I use on her is more painful than I whack her, right? True not, Zihan? True not, Wei Qi? And guess what? It is true, no? Until today, she can remember there's few months ago, I was calling her youngest brother, my youngest son. You know what she come to tell me? Please, Daddy, don't do what you did to me last time. I was so shocked. I was so shocked that she said that to me. Right, Tong Fei? You see, the language, the words is inside encrypted in the mind. You know what I did? After that, when I scolded her, I was so bad. A few minutes later only, I approached her, I approached my daughter, I knelt down. I literally knelt down in front of my daughter and I apologized to her sincerely. But what is done cannot be undone. Agree, not Angela? Cannot do anything, right? So you say, I want to be a perfect father. I want to be a perfect teacher. I want to be a perfect person. But sometimes the language I use may not be perfect. So I'm still doing my perfect way to do it. I'm improving. I used to be a very fierce father. I even can punch my fist right in front of my son, my elder son, when he was lying to me. And that's crazy. Punch as in my whole fist went through the cupboard and the wood stuck into this part here and came out, you know. I'm so particular that, but now you say I'm a total different. 我的大儿子讲骗我 I was so fed up, I just literally punched through the whole cupboard crack. But of course my hand was bleeding. But 因为我跟他讲，我们宋家不能讲骗话。The SHONG stand for sincerity, honesty. You break rule number 2. I use my surname as the 加法. So the language you use. So yeah, you see, Wei Qi and Tong Tianyu, I'm not perfect. But along the ways, when I met a lot of different people, Shen Ren, we have different ways of doing things. So the language is very important. I'm not a perfect father. I would like to be a perfect son also. I used to quarrel with my mom and things like that. I just want to share with you because sometimes when you use the language, how many times all of you use the word I love you, daddy and mommy? It's very, very important, right? So you see, language is an expressions. Not only express, it's a language is a system of communications which consists of a set of sound. But this is not just sound. Sometimes the word, you see the video just now you saw to hear the word. You don't need to say, the children ran out from nowhere. They don't need to show that, must show peace, must use a cardboard and say peace, no war. No need. They just run out. The children itself is a language of what? Of peace and joy and love, of innocence. Right? Agree not, David? Right? So you see, sometimes it's not about what we say, it's also about the body language. So humans have the capacity to use complex language for far more than any other species. So you can see, sometimes I'm not sure. So Esther or Tong Fei or Joyce, when sometimes you're doing something, your father or your mother use the eyes to stare at you. Is that a language to tell you something? Right, Esther? Right, true or Teddy? Okay, if your daddy were to say, cannot, but later your mom's just like giving, no lah, your daddy is just kidding lah. Then you know the eye, 他的眼神，对吗？他的眼神告诉你是 language， 对不对？ True not? So sometimes you see the animals moving here and there. It's also a body language. Language not necessarily use words. So you would ask me, Angela, you ask, why uncle, why we should learn this? Very important. Seriously, very important. So what? You guys get A1 for writing. So big deal. Can you do something like when you go for interview, are you able to express, to impress the way you show to your interviewer, the way you talk to your interviewee, the way you talk to your CEO, your boss? You know, recently got this, if you go and watch a video called better.com, better.com, this CEO is really a clown. Then in front of the Zoom, he was using his language and body sitting there, you know, and you know what he did? He said, okay, if you are inside this Zoom, you are one of the employee being retrenched. It was now a very a big issue in the Facebook, Instagram, social media. This CEO is someone got people pumping money, $2 billion US, and yet he retrenched 900 staff. And of all the time, is season. 人家需要钱去 go for season, and these are happening in US. If you don't believe me, you go and type better.com CEO firing 900 staff. The video you watch, okay? So that kind of language that he said, you know. Then after that, Esther and Zihan, after that you done already, you know what he said? I'm so sorry, I should not use this kind of language. Hey, come on, clown. Zihan, you agree not? You are CEO, 你跟我讲，就好像Zihan 我骂你。子涵，你很难看，等我跟你讲 sorry， 刚才我不是讲你难看，是 Uncle Raymond 很难看，你比我更难看而已。开玩笑子啊，你看得就所以我已经讲话出来，我不可以收回去了，对吧？子涵不要生气啊，然后子涵在骂我了，你看臭 Uncle Raymond， 你才是难看，你像猪八戒，开玩笑。So you see the words itself is very important, children, right? So sometimes when you say to your parents, don't use the word hate, hate stands for have all thoughts of evil. Use the word love, live on virtue everlasting. So there are 7,000 over languages. Can you learn every single language? No, yesterday, anyone know who is Genghis Khan? 你懂谁是铁木真吗？ Anyone know about this guy? 天宇 David, do you know who is that? 铁木真 Edward, do you know? 童飞医师，你懂谁是铁木真吗？跟我问候你奶奶好 ，OK？
他就在我旁边，他听得见。
嗨，奶奶你好，身体健康。
老师好，你好，你好。
身体健康，万事如意。OK。
你辛苦了，老师辛苦了。
不会，谢谢，应该的，应该的。在教才子，懂吗 ？OK。医师，医师 ，Who is 铁木真？
不认识，真的不认识。
成吉思汗。听过吗？
认识。
那个是他是我的表弟来的。
难怪。那么多表弟。
Hanli was like, oh my gosh, hey Angela, you know who is 成吉思汗？
That doesn't work. Sure, that doesn't work. If he is your 表弟, that means you might be my great grandfather.
说得好，我这么老咩？欠扁了。OK， 成吉思汗呢？
头发你就知道你有多老。
Yesterday, I was watching this movie, the Greek Genghis Khan. So he was speaking, the whole movie was in, I think, Mongolian. So my son is the one, my younger son is the one who want to watch it. Okay, Daddy, Genghis Khan conquered the 3 continents. How can he do that? How can he communicate? So I decided to, I was already quite blurry because of my booster jab. So I was lying on the bed watching with him. So halfway through, he find out he's very boring, the language, because he even got English subtitle. He can't understand the whole singer what he's saying. Okay. So again, you see, guys, language is very important. Like for example, ni hao, how are you? Okay, selamat datang, terima kasih, barakam. Okay, merci beaucoup. What else? Kamsahamnida. Ni hao bo, ni hao ma. Okay, all these are language. It can be dialect language. Can you see the words it used is different, but then you see the tonality is also different. So the reason today is that not just writing, guys. When you read and talk to people, you need the tonality. It's very important. So far, so good. Huh? Okay. So 7 billion people. How many languages? You see? Sorry, Tong Fei. Maybe may I ask you, Tong Fei, why do we need to learn English?
To communicate.
Oh, thank you. Okay, fair enough. Yipo, why do we need to learn English?
So that we can communicate with the Americans.
Americans?
How do I say? English is basically a world language now.
Oh, really?
Sort
Really?
of. Like, quite a bit of.
Thank you. Okay, David, why do we need to learn English? Yes, David?
Okay, can you repeat your question?
Sure. Why do we need to learn English? Why don't we learn Chinese or Japanese or other languages? Why must we learn English?
Easier to communicate and express, I guess.
Wow, you got a good voice. You're just set 1, right? Your voice very mature. Yeah, you're right.
I Sec 2.
Set 2. Oh, sorry. Okay, but still very, your voice very mature. Tianyi, why do we need English?
It's so that we can communicate with other people easily.
Don't blah blah. You use English to pay COD. And what is the game? What is the Japanese game? What is the Japanese game when it was a Japanese? Huh?
Genshin.
Genshin is a Chinese game.
That's Chinese.
It's not Japanese, it's Chinese.
It's from
by
China.
Chinese.
It's made
by Chinese, it's from China.
You see 伟基，我故意讲 Japanese， 你看他们这么爱国精神，哇，真是哎，哇，不是，是华
不是，这不是爱国精神，就好像你
这是爱有
斯塔说成是美国人的，我也会反驳你。
我一个两个在 attack 我了，很好，我喜欢哎，我很爽啊，我比我吃盘的都更好。That's the way, guys.
老师，你是受虐
根啊。The language itself is a roots to all of things. Don't forget about your roots. 饮水思源呐。Okay, we learn English not for the sake of communication. You are absolutely wrong, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. 你自己的母语都搞不好，你去学别人的语言啊？哎，真的是不对呀。说老实话。
说妈当拿 A 好吗
？Sorry.
My mother tongue is A1. Who say我的母语不好？谁说的？
我没有说你吗？我没有讲仪式，对不对？啊，哈哈，很好。不是这样，每个你懂吗？有些人呢都不知道什么是端午节、元宵节、中秋节。Sad no? Unless you say 老外不认识，我没有话讲啊，对不对？对吗，Honey? We need to know the roots. We must master our own language before we go to English. If Uncle Raymond is not Chinese, I'm Indian, I should know my Tamil. If I'm a Malay, I must know my Malay mother tongue. But if I'm a More, okay, then that's my first language, my English. My second language can be Spanish, French, or Germans. But as a Chinese, as an English teacher, I always believe that my mother tongue is more important. It is called bilingual. Children, please do not stop here. You need to have trilingual or quadlingual or whatever language. Please do not stop in 2 languages because the world is going to evolve with a lot. English may not be the main source of communication. Well, David, you read very well. My advice that if you can take Japanese or Spanish because your pronunciation, gracia. You know it's gracia? Anyone know it's gracia?
Thank you.
Yes, gracia. Ichino no macho, because my elder son like to learn Spanish. But for me, sorry 医生你不要讲我走狗哈，我很喜欢学日语。
学什么？
我喜欢日语。I love Japanese.
我也喜欢啊。
Because I love Japanese girl more than my wife. Just kidding.
This time is recorded, right?
Sure,
You
sure.
no use.
Just remember, this video is recorded. There's no
Yeah.
this video is recorded.
Tonight, if
use,
Auntie
Don't
Christine
let
were
her
to
see
watch
this.
this
Don't let her see
video,
this.
and if she throw me out of the house, then Ipo, I go to your house, okay? I don't mind sleep in the kitchen. But then again, sorry, okay, joke aside, the most beautiful
Try.
woman I love most is not my wife. You know that? It's my mom.
It's your mom.
Yeah, I
Yes,
knew it.
correct 呢，汉玲。如果我妈妈今天不在家，我今天不可能坐在这边，我可能在江一 prison 了。我跟你讲过，我去过江一 prison 2次了。第一次是我去看，第二次是带我学生去。那以前我参加社会党 ，nearly joined the gang of gangster fighting. I moved to the wrong move. Thanks to my teacher who moved me to the right path and become Christianity. Life is not a bed of roses, guys. So think about it. Language is a beautiful word. So sometimes, please, for goodness sake, how often do you write Mother's Day card to your mothers? Angela, do you do that? Well done. 子涵有没有写？还是写给你 boyfriend 比较多啊？他写给你不写给 boyfriend， 你写给 girlfriend。Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, 子涵, today I just want to disturb you. Don't get angry. Okay, Uncle very moody today. Okay. So Tiani, do you like to say Happy Mother's Day and Happy Father's Day to your daddy, mommy? You guess what now?
Yeah.
Edward, do you do that, Edward? Yeah, you know what? One of my students never write this card to his father. No? So he wrote the word F-A-T-H-E-R. So F stands for forever, always, there, here, or something like that. And he gave it to his father. Sadly to say, both the parents are divorced. So one day I met, in fact, he's the one who drew this book cover for me. He's now 26 years old. Guess what, Hanley? I'm so surprised. He's now a tattoo artist. You know what is tattoo, right? 纹身. I say, hey, hello, Derek. 为什么你不要做别的工作，你做纹身? You know, you get to me, he's an art. Do you know when he was Poly 1, 他才拿到 handphone 的，他是奶奶爷爷照顾他的。And 他的 cousin 已经现在也是我的学生，现在已经在 Poly. Okay. He's formerly from St. Gabriel, but for this guy is from another school. I can't remember his secondary school from which one. So you see, the father was so happy that first time he kept the card and say he's not very close to these ex-students. So the word fathers, Happy Father's Day, that is like 所谓子涵好像是无价之宝 priceless, 对不对? I think this card will kept forever with him. It's not about you buying a Casio watch or a Rolex watch or a very expensive gift to your parents. I think these words expressed to impress, not to depress and make you stress. That is the most important. Do it with your sincere heart. Nothing will fall apart. It is not very hard. As if you don't write, you make you sad. Everyone will be very bad. Nobody is glad. Make everyone mad. So don't tell your dad. So let's go. So I want you to do this as homework. Do you know next week, guys, we will not have lesson because Uncle Raymond will be flying off next week. Where? If you want to find me, you can find me in Orchard. I'll be still doing my staycation there for 1 week, but I'm preparing other things as well. So next week, I have no lesson with you all. So is language important to ask why and how? Listen, language is definitely important. When I ask you whether English is important, it is important for communication. Guys, it is not main thing. English is important because it is used for business sense, to be honest. It's used for business sense. But now, who is a superpower? Honey.
China.
Yes. A lot of people are flocking to learn Mandarin. So a few weeks ago, there are this student, the mom came and talked to me, and she's teaching business conversation in Mandarin to let people to learn how to do. I tell you guys, the next 20, 30 years, 真的是风水什么仪式？风水什么？ Anyone can tell me? Edward? 风水什么？风水轮什么？
风水轮流转。
对，风水轮流转。Okay, why is called China as a middle kingdom last time until now? There's a reason. So now, for the next 20, 30 years, children, you are the leaders and you guys are going to make the world difference. If you know Chinese or Mandarin as it is, I tell you, you're going to get it. China is booming. Definitely. And I'm proud of being a Chinese and my ancestor from China. I'm not any biasness or being saying that Western is no good. All my degrees are from London, England. I really appreciate for my professor what they have taught me, a lot of good things. Doesn't mean 不是一什么竹竿打吃整条船啊？怎么讲啊？怎么讲啊？一支竹竿怎么打成整条船？ What is that? Have you heard of this before, Yishi? That means you don't just because of the whole people are sitting in the same boat are bad people. There are good people everywhere. It's the same. Doesn't mean all China's people are bad people or vice versa. Well, why is it important to learn language? Because it's not just communication. It's also for business sense. It's also for people who want to communicate to get things to move faster, easier. All right. So in Singapore, we know we are multiracial. Children, some of you are going for Sec3. David, you are going for social study and history, right? So do you do social study?
Geography.
Geography. Do you do social study for next year?
Yes.
Okay, so social study, we talk about diversity and assimilations. In Singapore, we have Malay and Indians, right? And Eurasians and Peranakans and different kinds of people coming to Singapore. We don't just use one. If you see, imagine, Angela, imagine Singapore were to use Chinese as a main language, 完蛋了，对不对? Right? Not fair, right? So we use a language that is easy, not just communication, to break the barriers. Okay, right? So language matters a great deal, and this is what helps to distinguish the saying one individual from another. If used efficiently, it is a powerful and strong weapon that will leave memorable impression on the listener. Exactly. It left a very deep impression to my daughter and to some of my students as well. Although language refers to both the written as well as oral speech in general terms, it is often referred to the words in a spoken language. Listen, spoken language. Why? You realize that you know in Thailand is this like Sawadee Krap. You know what it means? Richie? Yifan, 你懂什么意思吗?
Hello.
Sawadee Krap, how are you? So when you see you put the hand together. Now, if I were to tell you, Yifan, I write in Thai language, 你看得懂我在讲 hello 吗? 不懂哦？明白吗 Angela, 你明白意思吗? Okay, like for example, if I say in Korean, 감사합니다, you know what it means? You know what it means? Joyce, do you know what is 감사합니다?
Thank you.
Yeah, but if I write Korean word, do you know I'm saying thank you now? May not, right? 对不对? 你明白我意思吗? Guys, you understand? Honey? Right, okay. Terima kasih. You know what is that, right? Anyone know?
Thank you, Malay.
Terima kasih means in Malay, thank you, right? Do you know Balakam? Balakam is hello and thank you also. And good afternoon also. Seriously. Then the word Tambi. Tambi 就是我的小弟弟. That is in Tamil. So every time when I mix, you see, when you use the language spoken and talk to the person, you break the barriers. Oh, hey, you know how to speak Tamil. Well, very good. Well done. What's wrong when you laugh at me? Indians speak like that. Tambi. 圆的不是翻的，翻的不是圆的，就是圆的不是翻的，翻的不是圆的咯。This is not any racism, okay? No, I just want to not make fun. Okay, but I'm just saying that you see, they got this different tone. Just like China people speak Mandarin, Taiwanese people speak Mandarin, Malaysian people speak Mandarin. I think Singaporeans speak Mandarin is the worst. To be honest, I feel that the people who speak Mandarin, I think there's improvement now, okay? So there are many more than thousands of languages. Please read through. Language is defined as a form system that includes sound signals. But I really show you that why is it important? Because language itself is important because not only communicate, but you want to bring the message across in a clear, precise, and concise manner. So language is defined as a form of system that includes this one. So using language successfully is very important in the global world so that you can make others understand what you want to convey. Please write down this, but anyway, it's inside your notes. Now, David, This one means that it is to not just to convey, but because in the G20 and the World Economic Forum in the COP21 recently we talk about climate changes. Okay, why is there interpreter? Most of the time they're using their English language to talk to, but sometimes they use their own language in Spanish, in French, in Germans. But whatever they want to convey, it is important. They have one common objective during the COP21, which is to change the climate into a sustainable, eco-friendly, a more green environments. So you see, whatever language it is, they use the same. So even the song, sometimes they change the song into other languages. Whatever it is, the purpose of conveying is very important. So guys, when you write a sentence, please for goodness sake, don't write it too long. Okay? So when you talk to people, okay, you don't talk very fast. 对吗？你要 pause. And you don't believe you do you watch this video called TED? Please watch and you see the way they talk. Okay, I'm not sure I show you there's one monk who the way he speaks is very clear, very good. He was born in China or Germany and he learned Shaolin Kung Fu in German and he speaks very eloquent and fluent Germans and English as well. It takes years to refine your language. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm not against maths or science. Sorry, don't no hard feeling. You see, maths or science, you can memorize the formula, but language itself is different, right, Kenny? Remember last time I said, you are good at nothing. Then you say, Kenny, what are you good at? Kenny, you're so bad, one never come and see me, 讨厌死鬼. Right, I used that before, right? You see, so the words itself, you change a different form of meaning. So take note, for those of you who are taking English literatures or Chinese literature, 画中什么意思？画中什么？于凡？
有画。
画中有画，对，一支竹竿打翻一船人，对，就是我就是要找这个，对。OK，
但是还有一个更简单的说法，就是一棒子打死。
对，也是有很少人有这样讲过了，我明白。But 他们是要用一般主观，就是 that they want to bring the message very clear, but at the same time 他不要 offend to people。你看，so 所谓画中有画 ，they got this called write down a hidden agenda. They always say read between the lines. You see, don't cut corners. So these idioms and proverbs 很好用的。你知道不是在World War II they want to decode the Morse code the secret they write a poem then the poem 是第一行、第三行、第五行，就是那个 purpose of attacking the enemies. So 在元朝的时候 they use a 中秋节的月饼 they put the 字条 inside the bun the 月饼 and then when they eat ready they took out the 字条 to against the Yan dynasty, the Yan 国 okay 那个蒙古人。So you see, realize that words is very important. So please don't look at it as nothing, okay? So next thing is language is considered as an important tool that helps to create cultural ties. Please take note now. Those of you who are going for Sec 3 social studies, this is the most important part that you need to know because of these languages, you will bring out the culture. Like for example, you know, Esther, you know what's the purpose of celebrating Christmas? Are you a Christian? No, anyone Christian here? No, David, are you a Christian? No, okay. Esther, what is the purpose of celebrating Christmas?
It's for like family gatherings.
Family gathering. Okay, thank you. David, what is the purpose of celebrating Christmas?
Like to
Sorry?
like what you mean in general term or like to
Anything, your own term, don't worry.
It's either a holiday or you just chill a bit. Yeah, just like that.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. You should wait. It's just a holiday or what? Sorry, David.
Just like to me, it can be like just a holiday where you just chill at home, like relax.
Chill at home. I like that. Yeah, Merry Christmas, bro. Yo, this is a gift exchange. Yo, high five, man, bro. Hey, 一波你抢欠扁啊? You come from a Christian school, 我问你 what is the purpose of celebrating Christmas?
Like Jesus' birthday.
Jesus birthday. OK， 医生你讲呢？
我就是要讲这个啊。
对咯，其实 Christmas 不是说 give exchange chill at home go the silent night holy night. It's not. Jesus don't like to have this type of celebration. He was born in a very, very poor stage of condition. He came to this world is to suffer and die for us. Sorry, I'm not sharing Christian value here. No. But people mistaken using Christmas, the language itself, to do it for marketing purpose. Give exchange, buy gift to loved one. Yes, the birth of Jesus Christ is something like that. What about the birth of, you know, it's Vesak Day, right? Vesak Day, if I'm not mistaken, is the birth of释迦牟尼, right? 天宇是吗？hey guys, seriously, please, I think we have kind of been eroded by the Western culture. 我们真的要 look through our Asian culture. China have more than 5,000-6,000 of history, as well as India and other parts. US only got 300 over years of history, and yet they are dominating the world because of their language and their technology. Well, I think God's quite fair. Imagine God don't give them all these things. I think US today 靠边站. But then again, you have to understand all these are little things that you need to know now. Joyce, Zihan, Esther, Tongfei, Wei Qi, all of you. Why? Because one day you will come across this passage and they will ask you. There's the reason. As a teacher myself, and recently I talked to some ex-teachers. Sorry to say, guys, 你们这个 generation 慢慢的会 SSD slowly, surely and definitely 慢慢会那个 diminishing 掉。那你们的 culture, 你们的 roots 不可以万万不能真的是对不起我们的祖宗18代。So we need to know, you see, that is to you see the important language that they help us the speaker to reach out is dream. What dreams? What is the dreams? The dream is to connect people from all walks of life to come together to have the same common understanding of what? To love the cultures, to love the value, to love the traditional lifestyle. 为什么我们过年要穿旗袍要拜年呢？为什么我们端午节要这样，中秋节要这样呢？还有接下来 the next few weeks 我们吃汤圆那个元宵节 why all these things? Do you know in the Chinese calendar they got double month? You know that, Angela? 你懂初一十五吗？听过吗？童飞听过初一十五吗？听过吗？你懂怎么看那个龙字how you say in Chinese 仪式农历就是那个 calendar the Chinese calendar 农历呀，你会看吗？
你是讲哪个？
你会看吗？你懂今天是初几吗？
懂啊，手机上有啊。
你看我 Uncle Raymond 有放在这边的。Okay, even is a Christian, mine is a Jesus and Mother Mary. This part here, I put
11月16。
10月，华人是10月初6英文是 9th of December. You see, 我不会忘记我的根。So every time, as a Catholic, I'm a Christian. So sometimes when I will tell my mom, 今天是初一。So 我的 family 有时候会吃斋米粉。So 初一很多人排队很长，我就跟我妈妈讲 ，Can we eat other things? 因为初一很长，排队很长。就说你怎么知道？calendar 咯。Okay, so you need to know, right? Before we go on, language as a culture carrier. Back to you, Tianyu. You're going to read from page 6 all the way to page 24, Tianyu. Cannot? Okay, since you are so hardworking, I give you Christmas discount. You only read until here only. So you good boy, ma. Let's go. Hey, write down every point. All these points are very important.
Language as a culture carrier. A language is a communication tool between friends, family, communities, societies, organization, cultural groups, and countries. The knowledge is an advantage that provides the speaker with an outlook about his surroundings and gives him the means to portray his thoughts to others.
Thank you.
There are different cultures in the world, and it is the language that primarily distinguishes the differences between the culture and celebrates its unique features. The importance of language is that it shapes through the thought, proceed, and perception of an individual views the world. It also helps to define the concept of culture in societies because culture and language are closely connected.
Thank you. Please take note thank you so much. Well read, Tianyi. For those of you who are going to Set 3, please, it's about time you go and hit the books and start reading all these things. Some of you, by now, you should know that you need to know what kind of career path you're going to take. If you are taking political science, social science, or finance, or business admin, you need to know all these things. Okay, right? So I just tell you one story. Coca-Cola, right? No, not Coca-Cola. Sorry. A father asked two sons to go to Africa. They are selling shoe. The elder son came back and said, "Daddy, don't sell shoe to them. They never wear shoe." The second one came back and said, "Daddy, I think there's a great opportunity to sell shoe to them." Then the father asked the second son, "We got communication barrier. How are we going to sell shoe to them?" Guess what? The second son said, "Never mind. Actions speak louder than words." So they go there, make them to wear the shoes. And today you can see Nike and other brands are in Africa. So that is not just, you see, the culture themselves don't wear shoe. But you know, wearing shoe, it protects your feet. It protects your, some of them got flat foot and all these things, right? So you see, by doing that, culture is a carrier language. It's a bridge between two places. A bridge that links not just, it can be a bridge that can, like an expressway, link to all the worlds, right? So I told you already, language is very important. Doesn't mean maths and science not important. Please. Doesn't mean history is not important. Okay, thank you. So I expect you guys to read the rest. Okay, I cannot be reading all because it's quite lengthy. I took it from somewhere. I find that this is very important. Back to you, Yishi. Language has a vehicle for thought. These two paragraphs, yours. 读洗耳动听给奶奶听，加油。
The importance of language is that it can be used efficiently as a vehicle for our thoughts. The individual who has been subjected to a specific language from birth is more probably in the habit of thinking in that language. The proficiency helps in an undisturbed thought flow process that can prove a godsend in both personal and professional life. Remember, it is the thoughts that take shape and are expressed as words, ideas, and gestures later on. Without the thoughts, you will not be able to find a medium for expressing yourself.
Very good. True. Zihan, when you're a baby that time, your mommy say, "Hey, Zihan, maybe when you're 1 year old, or Angela or Esther, you're 1 year old. Your mommy and daddy will not tell you this. 过来吃饭. Usually they'll say, "Mom, correct 啊？ True 啊 Angela? 子涵对吗 ？Hello, 子涵。子涵 are you there? 子涵，对吗？你小时候，你妈咪会跟你讲妈妈 ，OK， 抱抱，对不对 ？Correct 啊 ？You agree? Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So when you have this when you are young that time, your mommy will talk to you, mom, papa, okay, neng neng. So this is also a language that is like a vehicle of thought. You know that, oh, I want to do this, or I need to eat, or shishi, you know you need to go toilet. So it's a language of thoughts that drill you. So slowly, when you know mama means 我要吃饭，我肚子饿了. So you see, starting when you learn apple is A-P-P-L-E. Now you know that when you see the word A and E and P inside, the whole word itself is called apple. So that's very important. Okay. Next one. So language as a vehicle is like transport ideas. Okay, back to Han Ling.
There was a time when it was very difficult to express your ideas and make others understand due to the lack of a common language. Gestures and signs are well and good, but at the end of the day, you need simple words to communicate your thoughts in a precise manner. It is also not easy to interpret the signs clearly and correctly, and neither can you feel the emotion or the expression of the speaker without the words. With time, language was created, and it proved a blessing for people as proper interaction became clear. Communication with the help of a common and shared language became possible.
Very true. Language is a way of not just express, but language is also in a way that you see, you're using that. You see, Han Ling, you know this one. You know, all these, this is also sign language, right? Correct? Right? But to a deaf and dumb person, you cannot say, hey, come here. Bye. See you. Thank you. They can't hear you. So you have to use the sign language to talk to them. 对吗, Yibo? 对吗? So 你看, hey, don't laugh, right? Guys, all the guys who are going for NS or even police, you need to learn sign language. 你没有看那个周星驰的戏《逃学威龙》第一集? He showed a lot of sign language. Then the people was like, huh? What are you showing? So even in the army, you have to show some sign language, like you see hot. This is called hot. Stop. Direction, move. Okay. One formation up. Split. Things like that. You cannot tell, 长官你在做什么？讲话嘞。It cannot be like that, right, Angela and Weiqi? Now 你在那个 enemy 那边 enemy in front, split. Enemy in front, take cover. 你在店里啊？你在跟人家讲对吗？哎，对不对？不可以这样嘛。Correct. So you have to use sign language. So it's a way of expression. Thank you. Next, language opens career opportunity. Take this very, very seriously. Okay. Back to you, Angela. Your turn.
People who have a, can you hear me?
Everyone, language opens career opportunities. People
People who have a command over the common languages spoken the world are considered highly educated and hence gain the respect of others in the global community. The importance of language is that a person who is proficient in the use of a language that is common and is widely considered as important and desirable has several career options open for him. It is, in fact, an inevitable requirement in several professions and fields. This is the world of globalization, where we have seen tremendous advancement in science and technology. The ability to communicate is an important requirement of the global business community.
Thank you, Angela. I saw you celebrate the day that Jesus was born. Yes, I just saw the message, sorry, while reading yours. So yes, you see, language itself is a career opportunity, be it the interpreter or you are doing sales, especially you're doing sales and marketing. It's the most important. Okay, Angela is somebody, say, let's say now we role play, you come to the restaurant, okay? Then I'm a waiter A. So you say, hello, table, sorry, say hello, sorry, I'm not in the restaurant, I'm selling handphone, okay? Right? So Angela, your job is, do you sell handphone? Ready?
Do you sell handphones?
You blind, I cannot see, not sell handphone, sell what? What kind of handphone you have?
What kind of handphone you have?
You got money or not? Very expensive one, you can buy me. Can I take a look?
Can I take a look?
You take a look, make sure you buy, if not, don't waste my time, I tell you. Okay, you see the language I use, very bad, so what kind of letter you want to write to the boss? Compliment, wow, 你这个 salesman 很好。他说我没有瞎，他 test 我的 eyesight. Oh, you laugh, right? Definitely it's complaint, right? Okay, salesman B, let's go. Same question that you asked just now, all right? Let's go.
I forgot the questions.
叫你以后怎么拍戏？那一直 NG。Do you sell handphone?
Do you sell handphones?
Hey, good morning, miss. Yes. We do sell a lot of handphone. Wow, you're lucky to come here. Today is our 5th anniversary. We sell all kind of handphone. The second question, what type of handphone you have?
What type of handphone do you have?
Oh, we have Samsung, we have iPhone, we have Oppo, we have Xiaomi, all kinds. But ma'am, sorry, miss, is for yourself or for someone that you want to give? Say for my mom's birthday.
It's for my mom's birthday.
Wow, well done. What phone? You say iPhone. You say iPhone the latest.
What's the latest iPhone?
No, you say I want to buy an iPhone for my mom.
I want to buy an iPhone for my mother.
Wow, you good man, you filial piety，你这少女真好很好。哎，这边有很多不同款式。May I know, ma'am, what budget are you looking at? You see, I changed the word what budget. 我没有说你有钱咩 ？Correct not? You see, when I asked, I'm looking at $1,000.
I'm looking at $1,000.
Oh wow, well done. Okay, this 1,000 I share with you. This is the price of this. You're paying cash or credit card. Then you say, oh, I'm sharing with my brothers and sisters.
I'm sharing with my brothers and sisters.
Oh, well done. That's the best Christmas gift your mom have, man. Well done. Oh, so it's okay, so not so expensive, as I split the cost. So this is the phone with 5 years warranty. Now you get it, Angela? The salesman A might be a NUS graduate or Harvard graduate. But the attitude talk, like because he thinks he's a Harvard graduate, it's an honor scholarship, you get it now. But the salesman B may not be very well educated, but he has a language that used to build his career as one of the top salesperson. And I've seen that when I was doing sales. Before I was a teacher, I'm doing insurance sales, property sales, you name it. All kinds of sales I'm doing. And now I'm also doing sales. And guess what? Recently got one student from this lady came to my store when I was opening my first day of store at Plaza Singapore. She came with her mommy. I think tomorrow you'll see her tomorrow. You know who is that. Okay. So Tian, you also will know her. So you see, Angela, you get an idea now? It's not about how good your A1 written it's how you project yourself. Esther, you agree, Esther? I think you will not buy from salesman A. I think 一波如果 salesman A 这样一波会叫兄弟下去跟他谈判了，对不对？ So salesman A, I mean there are a lot 不要笑以前在 Sim Lim Square 就是有这样的 sales people 嘞。你要买吗？不要买，不要看你不要浪费我时间呢。等下说这个多少500块，等下我想一下，你想一下，等下你回来我不给你这个价钱了It force people to buy in this kind of manners. And don't let this time intimidate you Okay, you make sure that don't let them hold your nose No big deal Okay, next one, Esther, your turn.
Language makes it easy to have social contacts. One of the major differences between human beings and animals is their ability to speak their minds effectively with the help of a language. It's a proven fact that language is one of the main components of civilization and modes of an individual from birth. A language is a tool that encourages the process of human development. The child does not know any language at birth, but even without formal or informal training, is able to slowly and steadily recognize and understand most things in the world. Parents, teachers, families, and friends shape the development of a child with the help of language.
Thank you. I think this is most appropriate read by Esther, you see, real life. You see, for example, Esther, I see you are in the class, sometimes I observe you very quiet, very diligent to your things. So one day, Esther, maybe I'm your friend. I'm called Ramonia. Okay, I'm a girl. I now become a girl, Ramonia. I'm Esther classmate. Any problem? It's just that my hair very short only. So next time I put my wig So Ramonia asked Esther, Esther, why today you look so sad? Correct now? Then Esther will say, yeah, because I quarrel with my boyfriend. Ayo, it's okay lah, never mind. Ramonia is here to help you, don't worry. So one day later, I said, Esther, you look so happy. Oh yeah, my boyfriend proposed me to get married, you see? This you went to, so wait, a friend in need is a friend indeed. That's why you need social contact. Sometimes when the expression makes people to console you, to tell you. So some people say, 活该咯, 你 ask for it, 你跌倒应该的. I don't like these kind of things to curse people, even though that person had cursed and swear you previously last time to say bad things about you. We should change in another way by saying that, bless him, God bless him. No, seriously, we have to learn. The more you swear and curse people with that kind of language, I think you will, it's like a boomerang, it will come back to you again. So why don't, whether you have a religion or not, be a nice human being and use the right appropriate language to bless the person, not to blast the person. okay, or to kill that person off. So when baby that time, by crying, man, means you know that this baby is either the pamper is wet, okay, the baby is hungry, the baby is not feeling well. But as years go by, this baby that is you in you, then you start to develop a language spoken with your parents. And this is where, you see, 孟母三迁, that's the reason why the mommy shift out 3 times, for the sake of getting the best education for the child. The same thing today, you will be a mommy and daddy next time. You want to give the best to your children. So what you do is that the best thing is that through love and words. It's very important. So like I think you all know, by now, you know that Uncle Raymond did that to my daughter. Until now, I still cannot forgive myself why I did that. Really, seriously. Even though no matter how I do well, you know, she will still have the scar inside the memory. So it leaves a scar, and which is a very, very bad scar for her, which is not nice. Okay, so I'm not a perfect father. So please, always, okay, by the way, can you write down these 3 things, please? These things, I always like to tell all of you, I keep forgetting, Han Ling and Tian Yi, and tomorrow you are with my lesson tomorrow, please inform the other class also. Write down, silly mistake, grave mistake, and intelligent mistake. Joyce, I did not call you for a while because last week I called you a lot already. So I give you a break, Joyce. So Joyce, we have a silly mistake, intelligent mistake, and grave mistake. The word grave 就是把你带去那个 grave 对吗？ I did a grave mistake. That means 我做的是很夸张, a very ridiculous, a grave mistake. Now, if you reverse the word grave mistake to mistake that made into grave, that means you are driving you into the grave. So never make a mistake that is grave. A silly mistake 就是 stupid mistake, 对吗，伟基? Silly mistake. For example, you dig your nose, you burp in front of the class, or you just farted in the class, 你放屁在 class. It's a very stupid mistake. It's not really a mistake lah. But or you do a mistake like in your math, 1 + 1 is 3. It's a silly mistake. But guys, Tianyi, take note. You guys must do the intelligent mistake. That's where Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Sir Stamford Raffles, Sir Isaac Newton, Beethoven's, your parents, all of us went through that intelligent mistake. And this mistake is called mistake made intelligently. If you don't make mistake and failures, you will never learn. So every time when you make a mistake, remember to write it down and encrypt somewhere. Why you make this mistake and how you improve it. So this is one, language as a means of personal development. Okay? So remember, silly mistake, 我们每天都会做的. Grave mistake, move away from there. Because it's just like, imagine, 童飞, I tell you, 童飞, 我杀了人了. So it's a grave mistake, right? 我准备去 hang 了. 对吗？新加坡, as long as you kill someone, it's a death penalty. It's definitely a death penalty. Okay? All right, so who's turn to read? Wei Qi? Yufan, you okay? Yufan? David, okay? David, so far? Okay? Next will be you, number 7. Get ready. Wei Qi, let's go.
A language is a form of expression that helps individuals or groups to communicate and express their thoughts and ideas. When 2 people meet, it is the language that helps them to understand each other's views and thoughts. It also informs each other about their feelings and what they are expecting or trying to say to each other. Suppose 2 people who are known to each other suddenly meet somewhere. If they speak a language, only then will they be able to communicate their thoughts to each other in an effective manner. Otherwise, the meeting is of no significance.
So for example, Wei Qi, from IP school, you study very well. Okay, you graduate in your university, that your choice. Then you come out to work. Okay, right? Ready? I'm going to throw you a very tough question. No, my dog is barking. I told you. Okay, I'm going to throw you a very tough questions. So you come for an interview, okay? So you're applying for a job of a finance controller. Okay, finance. No, sorry. What is your dream job? What you want to be? I want to be Tai Tai. All the girls here want to be Tai Tai, all the guys 我们男人就是很辛苦就是要做牛做马给老婆的，应该的嘛。疼老婆错咩？ Okay, Richie, what job you want to be?
Like doctor or something.
Doctor, Doctor, right? Okay, so I'm throwing you. I'm a director of doctors. I'll show you. What makes you think you can be a best doctor in our hospital? Okay, your hospital very lousy. Tan Tock Seng Hospital no good. I will go to Mount Elizabeth Hospital. Bye. No, okay, what makes you think you can be a good doctor? Answer me. So don't mind, I'm talking to you now as an interviewer, not Uncle Raymond. Okay, I'm throwing you a very nasty questions. Okay, this is where the first time we meet, you come for interview, correct now? You never seen me before, Some interviewer very nice. Oh, so Weiqi, you want to be a doctor? Congratulations that you finally graduate and become a good doctor. So what is your plan that you want to have in this hospital? Okay, this is a very general question, then very relaxed question. What happens if you meet some interviewer have a nasty question? What makes you think you can be a good doctor in this hospital? I'll give you 1 minute to think. If you cannot, please get out of my room now. Well, first of all, nobody is born to be a doctor. It takes many years, same as you, sir. Today, you can sit there as a board of directors, doctors, of all doctors. You must have something that proves your capability. And who knows, you might be my role model. I may not be really a very good doctor, but I make sure I will not try to be a good doctor. That's what my tutor, Uncle Raymond, say. Never use the word try, because I will definitely do my utmost best to be one of the best doctors in your eyes, if you think I'm to be your caliber. Thank you. 对吗？你把太极，他太极给你，对吗？你太极给他咯，说把他捧到高高，说他很好，对不对？明白吗？说不用怕的 ，This is called language of person development。你不要吓到，有时候这些 question 其实是很简单的，他是看你，因为你懂为什么危机 ？There will be sure some patients want to be nasty to you, because some of the patients that you want to do your best to save the patients, but unfortunately can't do that. Then the loved one will come and whack you and throw you all this kind of nasty question. Be it doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineer, whatever professional you are, 行行出状元. It's the way your personal development of developing the language that you communicate. Look to their eyes when you talk to them. That is very important. If you don't look to the eyes, you talk to them, the whole interview will fail. Don't look at their eyes. I ever interview people when I was in Fuji Xerox. I also work in the Bank of Switzerland when I interview people to work in Bank of Switzerland. You know, Bank of Switzerland is one of the biggest banks and the most expensive bank. And the people there must be top notch. If I don't select the right person to work there, good luck to me. And that person, he's just only an ITE. Think how, you know what's ITE, right? Kenny? ITE is what? It's the end. Honey, 你懂是 ITE 哦 ？Okay, usually 多数不会读书的人讲难听一点是去那边for skill 对吗？对不对 ？Not true, One of my staff from there, and she's a Malay. I say, oh Raymond, I can't do the job. No, why? I have to go to the Bank of Switzerland to work with them. I say, two choice. Either you go with me for the presentations, or you continue stagnant here. And guess what? Today I saw in her Facebook, Instagram, she married well, she had a good career. After that, she resigned. She have a beautiful son. Don't believe in yourself, Weiqi. Okay, that's very important. Okay, back to you, David. I hope today my voice is okay. David, your language as a means of professional development.
Me know English.
Sorry?
Companies are trying to widen their horizons in the global arena so that they can reach new markets and audiences. It has been proved that people with language skills have a better chance at job than their counterparts who are not so affluent in languages. The importance of languages in business is that it helps you to create a professional identity that is distinct. Being good at a language helps a person to listen, understand, interpret, and communicate effectively with the person sitting opposite him. It gives him the extra boost that helps him to carry the negotiation to the next level. A person who does not have the necessary knowledge will fumble his way through and might cause more harm than good in such a meeting.
Thank you. Pronounced as horizons, affluent, and distinct. Okay, well done. You see, language developed you as a professional's development. So David, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Don't know, maybe engineering.
Okay, good. So well done. So David, you are a triple E engineer, triple E, electrical, electronics, and engineering. So now your boss say, hey, David, now I need you to go to Shenzhen, China. But this is an American company. So I need you to do a presentation both bilingual to them. Because half of the board is from China and half of the board from America. So now is the time for you to represent our company to a next level. So how are you going to do it, David?
Could you repeat like just now a bit like?
Okay, so now this is a company that this is a new company that you're working. You're going to represent this company in Singapore to go to China, Shenzhen. Half of them are from China, the other half are from US. So you need to do a presentation in a bilingual to them. And this project cost the company $10 million US, 10 million, and you will create employment about 2,000 staff. How are you going to present to the board of directors in Shenzhen?
Most likely it will be like communicate in Mandarin, like the Chinese. And
when
like
you start off, sorry, when you start off say most likely, you already give yourself a discount. You never say most likely. Well, boss, first of all, I will definitely want to do some research to see what they come from. Use the word definitely. Don't use the word most likely. Hey, 老板给你一个月工钱15,000 a month， 你 most likely 我死了，我派一个将军 ，most likely will win the battle 这样不要去不要去一波翰林 and 天宇你去了，明白这个社会是很现实的 ，David。所以你要用的那个字要很 strong 的。Well, boss, definitely. First of all, I would think that I will use this. Carry on.
First of all, definitely I'll be communicating in Mandarin, like, and most likely I'll be like marking out a plan about those research and benefits to them, and like, and those cons and like pros up, which can be like quite efficient to explain, I guess.
Okay. So what is the first step to do? What is your first step going to do with that?
First step, for employments, I think what really attract them is about salary and working condition. Maybe can do some research about what their likes is and improve on their point, which can attract more. I guess.
David, carry on. I think my Wi-Fi lag. Sorry, David. Yes, carry on. I think my Wi-Fi is a bit lagging. So sorry. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Like, you want me restart or just go on?
No need. Carry on.
Let me think for a while.
Han Ling, never say this. There's no guarantee I will be a good person. That means there's a chance that you will be a bad person. So when I have a Han Ling, are you there? Han Ling, are you there? Oh, sorry, Han Ling. So never say the word. There's no guarantee I'll be a good person. Okay, sorry, Han Ling. Never say that there's no guarantee that I'll be a good person. Never, never, anyone, never say this. Especially when you go to interview, don't say negative about yourself. Even you go for interview for your oral, for anything, never say negative. Always must be positive. You should say that, well, life is not a bed of roses. There's always up and down. Okay, one man's meat is another man's poison. Okay, well, I think for me, I definitely want to be a good person, but I can't guarantee when you will be on that path, but definitely I'm looking towards to that path. 记住don't say no guarantee to be a good person. That means you have a discount to say that, oh, so Han Ling, if I were to give you this job, So there's the tendency that you are being corrupted, you're being a bad guy, you're being a bad boss. So better don't think of it. First impression lasts. So important. Thanks for sharing, Hanling. 记住哦. Because you are fighting, especially in the school, that all of the top elites people, never debase yourself, never say negative yourself. Always put yourself humble, but in a nice manner. Like Wei Qi, correct now? Like just now I say, like, was it Wei Qi or Angela, you remember? But just now I tell you the salesperson, was it Wei Qi? About the good doctor, correct now? What makes you think you're a good doctor? So 你就用太极跟他讲. Well, in fact, I would like, of course, if I'm a director, 伟基，我知道你在 carry, you are apple polishing me. 我知道你在夸我 but 我爽啊。谁不喜欢听夸的话？除非伟基，我头发很少，你讲哇 Uncle Raymond 你很多头发，跟你讲我就要拿那个拍啊去你家啪你的脸。你跟着就啊。So if you know, Uncle 虽然你头发很少，可是你很帅，是吗？谢谢啊。不要跟我讲，虽然你头发很少，你很丑八怪，但我就很伤心。你姨伯，你不要笑到这样，很开心哦。我给明白哦，真的，我不是说讲那种很夸张的话。Sometimes in life, in order to get certain things to be done, you need to say certain things that are good to yourself first and to others. Unless you really hate the person so much that you don't think he deserves that words, then don't say lah. Better than don't say anything. Don't even curse and swear the person. Because when you do that, you never know 旁边的人可能是他共同is the same, the feather of the same birds of the same feather flock together. 可能他是一个间谍来的。So mind your words. Sometimes in school, especially in Sec 3, you're mixing. This boy, this person, this student lousy. Don't. You are not here to judge. You are not God. So, David, anything to add on? So David, you can say, boss, I think, let's say, David, you're my boss. Boss, I think definitely we can do a good job. So boss, can I get 2 more assistants to come along with me? So then you ask, who is that? Then I'll tell you, I will give you the list. Give me to do some research. Don't immediately give the person answer. Let me take 1 or 2 days to filter who is a good one to come along with me. 你好像在去打仗呢，你要找到那个海陆空三军的那个总司令 the general to fight for you. So you have to choose the right candidates, the right person to come with you. So when you say, well, first of all, I want to see who is the head of the company. If it's a Chinese CEO, then I will start off with Mandarin. But if it's just a company, an American company, but the CEO is American, but I have to go and Google and go to linking. You know, it's linking, to linking to see whether is he, I heard he's an ABC. What is ABC? American born Chinese. But I know that he also graduated in Beijing 大学. So I think his Chinese is very good. So I have to understand, I think he likes to drink tea. So I'm going to do something like buy something for that and exchange. Is this corruption? No, this is called language of give exchange for better relationship. You get it? All right. This you have to learn later on in university. Okay, it's part of the language. Okay, right. Thank you, David. Joyce, your turn.
Yes, it is the airplane.
Yes, it is the plane.
But it is his love of language that people can.
Yeah, lagging. I can't hear you, Joyce. I can't really hear you. Yes, it is the plane. One more time.
Yes, it is the airplane that is going to take for country. His love of language the people and culture.
Seriously, there's a big breakaway. I can't really. I think your mic maybe. So it's okay. I get someone to recap because I really can't hear you. I'm so sorry. Evan, your turn. Yes, it is the airplane that is going to take.
Yes, it is the airplane that is going to take an individual to a different country, but it is his love of language that will help him to understand the people and its culture in that country. It also becomes easier to interact with people and ask for directions or guidance if needed. The best part of being a tourist or traveling to some other place is soaking in the atmosphere of that place. It is possible when you know the language and is able to converse with others. The importance of language is that it helps in creating instant connections and can lead to fruitful relationships. Despite knowing the language, sometimes miscommunication can occur because of mistranslation. It is not feasible to expect everyone to understand whatever you are speaking.
So this is a creative lessons. I don't want to delve too much. For Han Ling and Tian Yi, you are coming to moral lessons. We'll deal more to your oral pronunciations, your reading skills. So Edward, if you are reading like that, I mean, I believe you seldom read. So you have to read in rhythms. So David also, David, I think you seldom read. So you have to read in the way of the with tonality. The best part of being a tourist, of traveling to some other place, is soaking in the atmosphere of that place. If there's a full stop, rest for 2 seconds, all right? If there's a comma, 1 second. If the next paragraph, 3 seconds. Even though I'm also quite sore throat, so when it comes to reading, you have to put in your best performance. That's very important. So traveling is something that you see, like if you've been to Thailand, you go to Thailand, those market, those street market, 你会讨价还价, right? $100, $80, no, cannot, 70, no, 80, that kind, right? 对不对, 一波? You buy one, I give you free one, สวัสดีครับ So you come to buy many, I very happy. So you can be more. So this is a way of communication. But you say, then they will say, wow, sir, you look very handsome. Then, wow, 你听得很爽，你就会跟他买多一点。Right, sir, Ipo, you look very ugly, but you ugly but very nice. I give you more. 你笑了。Okay. The way is the word, write down this word converse. Converse is to able to communicate and transmit the message across correctly. Next, language is important to society. Yes, this is super important. Hong Fei, your turn.
The need to connect with others has resulted in the creation and evolution of languages. It has played an effective role in the growth of civilization since earlier times. It is because of the existence of language that societies have formed that have shared cultures and understanding. The importance of language in a society is immense. It is the reason for gaining knowledge from different sources like books, newspapers, online libraries, etc. The knowledge helps in being aware of the environment and the audience and proves helpful in gaining the necessary experience to handle other people and difficult situations in the world. The language helps people in society to express their different opinions effectively.
You can read very well but very fast, which is good, no? It helps you in your speed reading. I think you read quite often. But remember to pause it, like the commas that, like books, newspaper, but it's okay. Like I say, this is not oral, okay? But you realize that those of you who are going to study history, or those of you who are doing social study, we have this called source-based question and structure response question or structure essay questions. You know that these are some of the features sometimes are issue and Zihan. You know, when you're doing this, you got this history or source-based question, some words there. Or like for example, Hitler propaganda message, Stalin, or Sir Stamford Raffles for your Set 1, Set 2 history, or the Japanese occupation, during the Japanese occupation, the Songyang Town, okay, where they attacked Singapore, they put the brochures, how to get rid of the Western powers and be Asian for Asia, okay, things like that. So this is very important, that language in society, for example, smoking kills. So this message tells people don't smoke a lot. So 2 is enough. In the 80s, during the Lee Kuan Yew times, 2个就够了。这个意思就是包含的很深的意思，就是如果你可以的话，2个就够，不要生太多。可是现在不一样嘞，如果你可以多生一点 ，that means if your financials permits you. Very funny, last time you say 2, now you say if you can have more. Now I want to have more, I also don't want because of different ways. So the language itself is very powerful to motivate, aspire, okay, the inspire motivation and aspirations for others, right? So this one, take note now. It's very important, especially when you do history for your Set 3 and Set 4, and social study as well. Last but not least, Zihan. Are you able to read? Let's go.
Language has a direct as well as indirect impact on the lives of human beings irrespective of their geographic region. It provides an expression of desires and feelings to the world surrounding us. Tone, gestures, expression, and words are utilized together to create a diverse and unique way of communication. The importance of language is that it is used to organize thoughts and ideas in mind, contemplate it, and then speak with the help of appropriate words in the language. This encourages intellectual development, whose main elements and are communication skills and language.
Write down this word, contemplate. This is a very important word. I contemplate it and then say, so I give a deep thoughts and things what is going to happen, what is this? This is a very, very important words. And you will see it very often when you go to Set 3 and Set 4, especially when you talk about language or even science. Okay, this is a very important words. If you can, if you want, if you're not sure, you can make sentences and then hand in as a homework. Okay, so language is used as a means of intellectual development. Why? Zihan, do you like to be a lawyer? Anyone want to be a lawyer here? Nobody? Edward? Yifan? Kenny? Yishu? Do you want to be a lawyer? Pop, take away your this highlight.
I used to want to be a lawyer, but too many things to remember, to memorize, and I have a bad memory. Very bad memory.
Don't negative already, I tell you already. 如果你要实现你的梦想，你就把那些 negative 拿掉。Lawyer is got to do with to understand the languages, the words that you, even the comma, the full stop, the exclamation mark, the colon, everything. Okay, every single words, the vocab words is very important. For example, if this word David, Tong Fei, and Esther, you came out a patent, copyright things. Then somebody want to copy your machines or your products. So you have to write a letter or some documents to protect. For example, Wei Qi, you came out a lyrics, okay, or Angela, you came out a script, a movie script like Harry Potter, outside Harry Potter, you know, copyright, right? Or Joyce, you came out some products that is very innovative. So you need to protect your products, your songs, your story, okay, your food or your secret recipe. This is where we call the intellectual property rights, IP. Right now, intellectual property is very important in Singapore. So for example, Uncle Raymond, the books, whoever want to copy, they must ask my permission. Same thing, if I take somebody thinks, by right, I should ask permission. That's why just now when you watch the Hear the Word, I did not record it because it's under copyright. So it's called intellectual property. So language is very important. So next time when you start a business, you also have to do this. And in fact, 2 days ago when I was back to do my police duty, you guess what? One of this guy is a 27 years old guy. Okay. If you are free, you go to this website. Okay. He was the one of the youngest, 27 years old, 27 years old. The father is a Chinese, the mommy is a Malay, 27 years old, and he's already started this with about 10,000 subscribers. Date idea 就是那个金童玉女啊 for dating. And he guess what? He was in Silicon Valley. When he was in NUS, he was in Silicon Valley for 1 year internship. And this business, and I was talking to him, he came back for police reservice. So I was doing my police duty. I met him. I said, hey, hi, how are you? Then we talk. Wow. You see, technology has transformed me. And he's a very humble guy. He's 27 years old. You know, the way he talks, you see, the moment he talks, you know, the posture, the language, the body language can tell. 他不是那种很好练 show off. Okay, it's deep ideas. Okay, I actually want to put my products inside that. Okay, so what happened is that because like couple, for example, Yipo and his girlfriend cannot go out, so he want to do terrarium. Okay, 要插花, then he can go and buy the flower and go home and do with his wife, something like that. So you see, ideas, language. Possible, huh? You see, nowadays I tell you, you are born in the right era, guys. Seriously, you have all the best technology and everything right at your doorstep. If you're not going to use it 真的是对不起你自己的良心，真的，it's damn I don't know what to say Okay, let's go to Tong Fei and Angela and Wei Qi. I'm not sure you received my. Okay, wait. This is next week. I will go through with you. This one done already now, Wei Qi. Did I go through with you? Done already, right? Done, huh? Okay. Then Wei Qi, how about this one? No, right? Okay, so next week, remind me because of time constraint, I want to go through. I hope that 1 week, next week, no tuition. I hope all of you, except David. David, don't worry. But if you want to continue, you want to do your homework, fine. Okay, I don't like to force people to hand in homework. So, Wei Qi, I know you spend some time writing this essay. Okay, and please, for goodness sake, for all of you, please don't put day. Okay, 虽然是啰嗦，Wei Qi, specific. Imagine you are doctors, the patient, which patient? The guy coming, the doctor, the senior doctor Wei Qi, which patient? The patient Mr. Tan, who is at Ward 471, want to do this. The patient had brought this one, then from now, if I use he, that means I'm referring to the patient at Ward 71. Okay, Dr. Tan? Okay, then 你就讲，明白吗？因为每一条生命都是很重要的。你讲错那个人的 patient 的 diagnostic wrong 完蛋了你给错药，明白吗？所以我现在要对症下药，去纠正这个，不要一直用 day。记住this one I'll explain more to you, okay? Next, I think it's Angela. Angela, I like this coloring, very unique. Very good. When I open your file, I say, wow, this one not very nice, but when the Google Classroom, when you brighten out, you light up my life. Okay, stop. So very nice. Okay, and you took some time to do it. At least 1 day? Yuma? Definitely it's not 1 hour job lah.
Yeah.
1 hour?
No, a few hours.
Yeah, from there I can tell you, see, you really put in the effort. I tell you, you like to do econs, is it? What is your dream job, Angela?
A vet.
Oh, vet. Okay. So you are very in okay, vet, a vet, if a dog come to you and a cat come to you and the hamster, good thing I told you, right? One of my daughter's friend, the hamster want to die, you want to give the oxygen, cost $500. Then every day is $500, you know how expensive it is, right? But it's a small hamster. Then one of my friend, the cat, got cancer, no? And he saved up to about $3,000-4,000 just to buy a laptop. But then I say, hey bro, then how? No, if you like a cat, if you are a passion with animals, you have to forgo what you want. Well, I say, bro, steady, I salute you. 他把那3000多块要买一个 laptop 把他去医他的 cat。所以你做医生你更应该 then you know what? Actually, the whole operation is $6,000. The vet give him 50% off for $3,000. 所以你要做一个好 vet 的话你要看情形不是整天是赚钱的，对吗 ，Angel？ 对不对？所以那个人以后他会感恩你的 ，you never know. Okay, so this is the one here. Same thing, you did not give example. You receive it now, Angel. I put in the Google Classroom already.
Yeah, I saw it just now.
Okay, no need to redo. Wait till you receive it also. No need to redo. But I will explain to you next lesson. Okay. Usually it's not my type that I like to type a lot in the essay. I like to go through the essay, then I'll pinpoint the mistake or the issue. Okay, rather than to write a lot, then you might not understand why. I like this, Tong Fei. Very good. Okay, but then if you all guys can put it into an essay form. This is not essay form, but it's good in putting that. But later on, like the one why language is important, the homework, okay, you are supposed to write 300 words to 350 words for me. Not like that, but this one okay, Tong Fei, well done. Hopefully you receive it. Yeah, I like this sentence here. The entertainment industry influenced society and culture dramatically. Okay, excellent. Okay. So next week, okay, no sharing. Okay, next week, we're going to go through all the essay. So I expect all of you, Han Ling, Joyce, Esther, Yibo, Tianyu, Yufan, Edward, Yishi, and Zihan. Zihan, you've been sending a lot already, but can't wait to see your new essay. So all of you, 1 week holiday. So I'll see you on the 21st, right? I think I will see you on the 23rd. That's 1 day before Christmas Eve. So I will see you on 23rd. So you got 1 whole week to hand in to me your homework, but doesn't mean I go in for my staycation. I will still use my laptop and check your homework. Okay, you fine? Okay. So please hand in your homework, please. School going to start soon. All right. So you need to hand in to me, then I can help you to mark. But if you don't want to hand in for whatever reason, I'm okay with it. But Han Ling, I really like the way you just put it. There's no guarantee I will be a good person. I like your this type of very impromptu to share ideas like that. So keep it up, okay, Han Ling? Welcome to the class here. Well done. Okay, Yishu, 谢谢你跟奶奶讲晚安，叫她照顾她自己好身体。OK， 不要坏蛋的孙子啊，要跟奶奶啊。OK。